How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. You have to act super fast. Like, you have to get on this right away and do exactly what I'm about to say, or you are going to miss out. Okay, that's what people are telling me. There are people freaking out. People saying that there's a 20% drop, and very quickly this could fall into a 50% drop. People are saying you have to make very rash decisions right now. You have to get into the market. You have to get out of the market. You have to dump your life savings, and you have to sell your altcoins. Like, there's all kinds of noise out there. I want to tell you what I'm seeing, what I really think you need to do right now. And of course, like, there's some volatility right now. Bitcoin's going down to the lower $91,000 range. We saw that, the end of the year on the 30th. We saw that the last time before that on the 5th. The last time we saw it before that was on the 26th. And yeah, for some people, this is scary. There's a lot of volatility right now. I think we should talk about it for a second, talk about what's happening, what I think may be happening behind the scenes. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. Sorry if I sound a bit weird. I just walked outside. I was actually filming a video like this outside, but it was too cold. And now I'm still trying to get my face to move like a normal face does, but it's still freezing. So sorry for that, but we're gonna power through. If you want to trade crypto, there's a link underneath the video. One to Blofin, one to BTCC, one to CoinW. I use multiple exchanges. I like using multiple exchanges, so that way, if something happens with one of them, you know, if it freezes because of volatility, or like Coinbase, which just, stops working all of a sudden, we have multiple places where we can get access to our capital, and they all have great sign-up bonuses with the links underneath the video. So definitely check those out. Now, I see so much news coming out. People talking about how Arkham shows that the DOJ is dumping Bitcoin. The $6.5 billion worth of Bitcoin was dumped. People are saying that, and some reputable sources, people are worried about this, and that's dumping the market. I see people also talking about how Blackrock is dumping Bitcoin, and I see videos and tweets, people freaking out left and right. I think this makes sense, though. We've talked about this for the last week or so, that there's market manipulation right now. There are market makers, there are whales that have a lot on the line, and they're pushing up the markets. They're pushing down the markets. The stock market is closed here today. So what are the speculators doing? They're using crypto. They're using Bitcoin, right? There's not a lot of liquidity from the ETFs today. Well, there's no liquidity because they're not trading. The fact is, since the beginning of the year, the ETFs have been kind of back and forth. Some massive green days, some massive red days, some inflows and outflows. And you have to realize that these ETFs are traded from hedge funds. A lot of the time, they're the ones bringing the volume. So they're trying to position themselves ahead of Donald Trump coming into office. They're trying to figure out, is he going to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve? Is this going to be a sell the news event? Is this going to be a game changer? And they're making bets. They're repositioning ahead of that. Keep in mind, Donald Trump just released new Trump trading cards on Bitcoin. So like things like this continue to come up. I think this actually makes the narrative even stronger. Think about this. If you're Donald Trump, do you want Bitcoin to be like 130,000 right when you come into office? No. I mean, honestly, you probably want it to be a little bit lower. Then you announce a strategic reserve and that pumps up, and then you can point to it saying, hey, when I was voted to be the next president, we shot up after that. Then the DOJ was approved to sell their Bitcoin before I was in office. And I came in and I said, no, you cannot sell it. We're even going to buy. And then we pumped up to the moon. Since I've been in office, Bitcoin's had a, whatever it is, 10x return, 5x return, whatever it will be. But even recently, Eric Trump went out and said that his dad's going to be the most pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin president of all time, that Bitcoin's going to hit $1 million when his dad is president. So I don't think that they're rug pulling us. What would be the point of that? They would just lose a lot of money, a lot of voters. I think we're going to see something really bullish. But of course, there are market manipulators that want to flush weak hands out ahead of this, right? Like, do you want to just pump up? If you're someone that wants to get your hands on more Bitcoin, you flush the longs out of the market. You flush the weak hands. You buy ahead of the biggest piece of news of all time. There's really just a lot of bullishness in front of us. So yeah, there are going to be manipulators that push down the price ahead of time. And we've seen so much FUD recently. I mean, just go through the kinds of FUD that we've had. It's so common. Like we've had Russia and probably even China, but Russia, I remember specifically, they were pro Bitcoin. And then all of a sudden it came out that they're banning crypto miners or Bitcoin miners. And then all of a sudden they were pro Bitcoin again. Like, okay, Russia, China FUD, pretty common. We had Tether FUD recently. A lot of people wondering about Tether and thinking that they were going to, depeg, that they were going to be forced out, right, of the market because they're just not backing one-to-one. There's so much FUD about them collapsing recently. And I came out and said, no, they're making massive investments. You don't spend $800 million, $1 billion buying Bitcoin and buying public companies if you're worried that you're not pegged one-to-one or you're worried about your balance sheet. That's FUD as well. Another piece of FUD that always comes up is like Mt. Gox distributions. That's come up over the last couple months. Right now, we have FUD about the US government selling Bitcoin. Like the same things that come up over and over that freak out the market are happening, and they're happening in very quick succession right now. I think it's just because there's not really any bad news. Like the economy looks good. Inflation rates are going to come down, maybe not as quickly as people expected, but that's because the economy looks good. So there's no need to force down interest rates. We can do it gradually. And we have the most pro-crypto president of all time coming in very soon. So yeah, manipulators are going to manipulate. Now, what am I doing today? Nothing. This is the 10 minutes I'm working this afternoon. I filmed outside because I wasn't even going to step into the office. I did a lot of work this morning. I'm just stepping away. There's nothing to do today, right? We just have to wait. We have to wait to see what Trump does. Now, of course, there's news on, personal reasons too. I'm taking a little bit of the afternoon off. Been working pretty long hours recently. Have had the new baby from about a month ago. Spend some time with the family. But yeah, everyone that's telling you need to sell or you need to buy or whatever, you're fine. You're fine. We're going to be fine. You don't have to do anything. If you do want to trade, I like using leverage in times like this where we're bouncing off significant resistance. We can have some vicious bounces even throughout the day. Like Bitcoin went down to 92, then went up to 94. Like that's a nice swing to make some money. Also, if you look, there's certain cryptos that are just holding up really well. Like look at XRP, up 2%. Down 2%. But like XRP's basically done nothing. It's still in the same range while other cryptos are falling significantly, 5-10% over the last couple of days. I made a video yesterday. There are 3 good pieces of XRP news. Brad Garlinghouse was meeting with Trump, and then there are talks about their XRP ETF coming pretty soon, and their stablecoin coming to multiple exchanges. Like, look for cryptos like this that hold up very well. Also, look at cryptos that have been high flyers. They're maybe taking a little bit of a breather. I mean, SUI with a 20% drop. We constantly see 30% drops for SUI. We just saw a 20% drop. So like, yeah, some of these cryptos are looking pretty juicy. So I'd say stick to your plan. Whatever you planned on doing, continue to do it. Don't get freaked out at today. This is just a normal market pullback. We're down like 15% from the high. This is nothing to be scared about. This is a time where you can dollar cost average more if you want. If you don't want to, totally fine. Just do whatever you're going to do. Try not to make rash decisions, and we'll make it through. We're in neutral territory, and Bitcoin's at nearly $100,000. Just zoom out, and we're sitting great. I'm going to have a video later today on how much Bitcoin you need to retire, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much. If you want to trade, there are links underneath, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.